Welcome everybody to Cornubia Sports Complex here in Logan as the Logan Thunder host the Townsville Heat in a top-of-the-table clash here in the QBL. I'm John Guarna. I'm joined for tonight's game, or this afternoon's game, by Luke Peterson, former head coach of the Southwest Metro Pirates. Luke, you'd be fairly familiar with both of these squads. I haven't been as excited for a game like this in a long time.
Yeah, I'm really glad that it was my turn to join you here today. This is a great game. Both teams have been playing really well. Obviously, Townsville only having the one loss just coming last night, so they've been in fantastic form, and Logan with only the 3 losses playing really well. So this is going to be a fantastic game this afternoon.
Yeah, last night Townsville went down to Southwest in Southwest. We always thought that might be a danger game. When Dan George and I were here last week, we pointed out that Southwest game. Townsville got a really tough matchup from the Gold Coast on Friday night as well, so it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back. I spoke to Coach Rod Anderson just briefly before the game, and he told me Peter Crawford's been fighting off the flu. Crawford, first time all season last night, didn't hit double figures.
Yeah, I didn't get to be there last night, but was still following my former Pirates on the live stats and stuff, and wasn't sure. So was Teasy on him? Did he do a great job? And was told that PC was not feeling the best, and so hopefully he's doing a little better today, because I want to see him firing and making this game entertaining.
Yeah, Peter Crawford's been having a great season so far for the Heat. Logan, though, within striking distance of Townsville, especially with their loss last night, the Thunder are on an absolute roll. They come in tonight really firing on all cylinders. The matchup I think is going to be key is that Mitch Young-Luke Schencher matchup inside.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting to see, just those two big guys going at it, with Logan only obviously with the 3 losses, that if they can hand another one to Townsville today, that gives them 2. They've still got to go and play Rockhampton and Gladstone, so every opportunity to lose the 3rd. It's possible that Logan could even, with a win tonight, keep themselves in the running to fight for top spot.
Yeah, so this is an all-important game for both teams. Townsville, you never want to lose 2 games in a row, especially if you're on a 3-game road trip. And Logan with an opportunity to cut into that lead and kind of cement themselves as one of the top teams in this competition.
Yeah, I think Logan were probably a little disappointed that Townsville went down last night, even though it obviously helps in their cause for top spot. It makes it a bit harder there, because I'm sure Townsville really want this one just that little bit more than they did 24 hours ago.
Yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to our good friend Joe Terzakian over in Las Vegas at the NBA Summer League. He's also watching the game with the president of the NBA Summer League, Warren Legary. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to this QBL matchup between the Logan Thunder and the Townsville Heat. Also got to give a shout out to Dave Derwin, one of our broadcast partners and our good friends here. He's also tuning in. This is going to be a great game. I can't wait. I got to try and keep my energy in check here as we see the teams head out onto the court. It's going to be a really tough matchup. The other key matchup for me in this game is the matchup between the point guards. We've seen both teams recruit from the Siebel, where you've got Josh Wilcher for Townsville facing off against Daniel Sapakis, both guys with NBL aspirations, and both guys have had fairly successful seasons so far.
Yeah, I think the key for both those point guards is realistically to just play within their limits. They've got some real star-studded lineups around them. Look after the ball, get it to your key guys in the spots they like it. And the point guard that runs their team the best could walk away the victor tonight.
Cedar gets to top of the key, passes tipped. Young comes up with it, goes right through the defense and scores. That's a big, strong bucket there for Mitch Young to start the game.
Yeah, such active play. I mean, that ball was tipped away. He's just come in, scooped it up, and cut through.
Howard has it. Now Crawford working it around. Crawford gets it back, drives baseline, leaves his feet, tries to dump it inside for Schencher. Schencher recovers. Now Reese, baseline jump shot is up and good. Reese has been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, Mitch Young a little upset with himself for not getting out. He certainly would have played against Matt Reese in his time up there in Townsville. And so knew he probably should have got out a bit tighter.
Young going right at Schencher, putting the ball on the deck. Good footwork there by Mitch Young. He's got all 4 for Logan here early.
Yeah, early touches for Mitch Young's a good sign for Logan too, that they're getting the ball to him.
Yeah, Tommy Amar with the tight matchup on Crawford. Reese leaves his feet and gets called for the charge as Mitch Young stepped into it to pick that one up.
Yeah, a little bit of flopping there from Mitch, but an easy call for the rest.
You don't usually see the big guy leave their feet that far from the basket. I would have thought, he'd try to at least try and flip that one in. Reese kind of favoring the knee now a little bit.
I've never seen Reese explode to the rim like that with the dribble before. So.
And he's got the tough matchup with Justin Baker. Cedar gets open on the baseline. Fadeaway jump shot is good. Logan can't miss here early.
And Baker is such a tough matchup because he can hurt you from the inside and the outside. So knowing how far to play off him on the perimeter, stay in front of him, it's not easy to do.
Reese, long jump shot is off. Cedar with a defensive rebound. Good no-look pass. Baker couldn't handle it. Ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Tom Howard. So Logan will maintain possession.
Yeah, I thought he would have gone to Mitch there. He just had a little bit more space than Baker. It's twice we've seen a Cedar-Baker pass broken up.
Young going to fire for three. That rolls in and out. Howard with the rebound. He's going to push.
Reese and Mitch Young really testing the limits of where their range is.
Yeah, good finish there by Howard off a nice look there by Schencher. Sapakis off the Young screen, gets tied up with Luke Schencher. They're going to call Schencher for the foul. Schencher didn't like the call.
No, and Vaughan entertaining a little bit of conversation with him. Schencher with his veteran status able to get away with a few questions there after what was probably a fairly easy call for Vaughan Mabry there.
Sapakis got caught up in just the show. It wasn't like Schencher was moving his feet or extended the arm or anything, so I can understand the questions. As Cedar comes off the screen, fires a three, and that's good. Logan is on fire here to start the game. They're up 9-4. Backdoor pass to Howard. He's got to bring it back out and slow things down. Now he attacks, flips up a wild one, gets his own tip. That's no good. Lamar comes up with it. Now Cedar has it. Cedar going to step into the wing three. That's off. Peter Crawford with the defensive rebound. Kicks ahead for Reese. Reese recovers out to Howard. And Townsville looking to go inside now to Reese against Young. Kicks it out Schencher. Elbow jump shot is good from Luke Schencher.
We talked about the point guard matchup, and I don't think in this first 3 minutes we've seen either point guard actually bring that ball up for their teams.
Baker working on Reese. He'll fire a long one. That's good. They're going to call that a two. To me, Justin Baker is one of the unsung players in this competition. He can do everything.
Yeah, just so versatile.
And Wiltshire gets right to the basket. Back and forth we go here. We're going to see any stops tonight?
Look, Townsville at least look like they're trying to play some D there. Logan just screen doored on that drive.
Tommy Amar, deep three is short. Schencher with the defensive rebound. Wilshire's going to step into his own three. That's good. And we're knotted at 11. Got to get a hand up there. You can't give him the open jump shot. Interesting matchups on the court here. Schencher and Young. See Young catching further out. He'll fire the jump shot, and that's good. And I like that from Mitch Young. He's worked on his jump shot. It's definitely an improving weapon for him.
It is, and obviously Schechner there really not giving it much credence and kept his hands down, and Mitch able to just stroke it.
Now Schencher gets it on the block, keeps it nice and high, as the good big guys do. Fakes right, goes left, recovers the pill, and flips it up and in.
Just using his length there, because Logan had certainly collapsed and there was bodies there in the paint, but no bodies up there with his arms up probably 9 feet, 10 feet high.
Tommy Amar from deep, that's good, off the Cedar pass. It's 16-13 now. Then a foul called.
Yeah, Sapeka's just reaching in with his hands there.
Referee having a chat with Tom Howard there.
Yeah, didn't see what had happened, but Vaughan's taking the time to warn Howard about something.
Still chatting. And we're back to basketball now. Wiltshire going to fire a jump shot. That's good as well. So he's got it going on here early as also.
Yeah, 7 quick points in a row to Wiltshire there.
Now Sapakis puts the ball on the deck, leaves his feet. Tommy Amar driving baseline, kicks it out. Baker, corner three is up, and that's good. They're going to say it's a three. I first thought they were going to say it was two. But Baker and this Logan team love the three-point shot. High scoring affair here early. Wiltshire from the elbow, double pumped, and it was short. Knocked out of bounds off Luke Schencher.
So Logan get away with that one, and Wiltshire, appealing for the foul to there. What I don't understand, he's just hit 3 shots in a row. You get no show on the on-ball, you trail him there and give him another wide-open shot. You're just lucky he missed it.
There's that double clutch. I think he felt the contact and thought he was going to get the call. Now Marr has it on the wing. Baker on the left wing going to fire again from deep. That's too strong. Peter Crawford with another defensive rebound. He's going to push it up court for the Heat. Goes inside now to Reese. Reese working on Baker, backing his way down. Left-handed hook shot is good. I like that matchup, and I think Townsville does too.
This is going to be the longest matchup in the QBL, I think. Both teams just through 3, 4, and 5. So big.
Sapakis now calling out the set here. Finds Amar on the skip pass. He's going to fire a wing 3. That's too strong. Crawford gets the rebound knocked out of his hands. Somehow Wiltshire comes up with it, and he's going to push up court. Kicks it cross court. Crawford, wing 3 is up, and that's short. Young with a strong defensive rebound, and he's going to bust out. Nearly has it stolen. He recovers. Gets it out to Baker, who skips it for Sapakis. Sapakis now dumps it down low. Amar, shot blocked by Schenscher. Good recovery there by Luke Schenscher.
Yeah, it's good to see Logan looking to get back inside again after 4 or 5 straight perimeter shots. But Schenscher in there just makes it so tough.
Schenscher inside for Reese, who finishes through the contact, and he's fouled by Tommy Amar. So good look there by Luke Schenscher. And that's something that Townsville early on is doing very well, running the offense through Luke Schenscher, letting the big man be creative.
Yeah, very much so. Look, shout out to what we might see from your New York Knicks this year with Joakim Noah coming in, another passing forward, and a similar type of offense there to what he plays.
Let's hope so. There's a timeout on the floor, so we'll take one as well. We're not at 19 here between the Logan Thunder and the Townsville Heat on QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Coaches can exchange game footage with their entire league, all from one place. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Welcome back to Cornubia here as the Logan Thunder and the Townsville Heat are in battle. They're knotted up at 19 with 3:27 to go in the first quarter. It's been a fast-paced game so far. Luke, what are your thoughts in the early going?
Yeah, look, I've enjoyed the pace of the game. Logan have probably settled a little much for the three-point ball for my liking. They've really been firing away out there. Whereas Townsville, like we saw on this play here, just classic high-low, straight into Schechner. Reese sealing on the rim there and making good on the three-point play. So, look, while Logan have been hitting, they've been looking fantastic. My worry is if those shots dry up a little bit, we've seen a lot more traditional fundamental play from Townsville in the way they've been scoring.
And foul called there on Josh Wiltshire. That's his first. Townsville's got 3 team fouls. Logan with 2.
Yeah, a bit of a nothing foul from Wiltshire there. The sort of one that doesn't hurt you much at the time, but really could later if he gets into foul trouble, given such a cheap shot.
Yeah, both teams have gone to the bench. Sapakis fading away. That's no good. Brennan can't corral it. Young flips one up. That's no good. Wiltshire comes up with it. Simon Taylor's checked in for Logan, and Brennan, the captain, for Townsville. Wiltshire misses. Simon Taylor with the rebound.
Yeah, did a good job getting all the way to the rim there, but just couldn't finish in crowd.
Baker in the corner. That 3 is short. Reese with the rebound for Townsville. Wiltshire up ahead for Crawford in the corner, guarded by Sapakis. Now Reese has it, dumps it inside for Brennan, goes left, and he's fouled there by Justin Baker. See the contrast in styles, a lot of outside exterior play for Logan and a lot of interior play for Townsville.
Yeah, so far Townsville, after PC bringing it up early, they've gone to Wiltshire quite a few plays in a row. He settled them down, got them into where they want. As I said, we saw when Schechner was on the court that he became a playmaking big, and they've been looking to attack the rim, get the ball down to their post where they want it.
Brennan misses the first. Checking in for Townsville, number 8, Ethan Betts, and number 15, Jackson Todd. And checking in for Logan, number 9, Sean Carroll. Brennan hits 1 of 2.
So some more shooting stepping in for Logan, so I think we'll keep seeing more of the same from them.
Young going to bring it up court for Logan. Hand off to his point guard, Sean Carroll. Carroll, now Baker has the top of the key inside for Young, who's got the seal. Kicks it for a cutting Taylor, who can finish strong along the baseline.
Great play there. Mitch Young with a really good pass to Simon Taylor, cutting in the right time.
Yeah, it was a great cut by Taylor also.
Yeah, Simon's not as quick or as athletic as he was a couple of years ago, but he's a really smart player. He can really just add great value to Logan off the bench.
Crawford has it on the wing with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Top of the key three is way off, out of bounds. It's an air ball off the hands of Luke Brennan.
Great defensive set from Logan there. They just gave Townsville nothing. PC had to force that one up, and Mitch Young did a good job to recover and just keep the tough hand on it. Young
going to check out, and checking in is Ilua Baldwin for Logan.
Yeah, what a good pickup mid-season for Logan there to be able to find Ilua, who obviously played for Coach Rucker last season in Gladstone, originally a Northside kid, and coming back home here to Brisbane, didn't have a team, and so Logan has snapped him up, and he adds great size that they can bring in off the bench, and often pushes Mitch Young, either gives him a rest or pushes him to the floor where he's got a bit more room.
Bit of contact there, and Baker's going to get called for the bump on Jackson Todd.
Doesn't he look shocked?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a soft call there. I mean, it was a bit of a bump, but let him play a bit.
Yeah, it was a bump, but we've seen a lot of bumps already in this game with the pace that it's been having, so perhaps the rest just trying to change that tempo a little.
Yeah, Baker has to check out, and Young checks right back in. Crawford off the screen, puts the ball on the deck, gets swatted by Baldwin. What a block there by Ilua Baldwin.
If PC's not feeling well, that's not going to help.
Cedar working it along the baseline out to Simon Taylor. Long two is up. That's in and out. Brennan with the rebound, fighting with Baldwin inside.
Yeah, we hear the crowd here oohing that maybe Baldwin was contacted there over the back.
A good hustle by Mick Cedar to tip the ball out of the hands. And then there's going to be a defensive foul called on the captain, Luke Brennan, battling for position inside with Ilua Baldwin.
Yeah, well, Ilua did a great job there getting his hands up, sort of got tangled up, and really suckered that foul call in there, getting thrown to the floor.
Marshall Ware going to check in for Townsville. Peter Crawford going to have a seat on the bench. It's 23-21 here. Logan leads with 1:08 to go in the first quarter. Simon Taylor getting set to inbound on the baseline. It's out to Baldwin. Baldwin going to fire a deep two. That's good. Ilua Baldwin showing off the jump shot.
Yeah, probably doesn't get the opportunity to show his range too often, so savouring that moment. Stretching Logan's lead out to 4.
Brennan on the block. Going to work against Ilua Baldwin. Goes right, flips one up. That's way off. Taylor with the rebound. He's off and running now. Kicks it over to Carroll. Wing three is up, and that's good for Sean Carroll. Great transition offense there from Logan.
Yeah, that's what Carroll does really well. If you can get him and just spot up threes, particularly in transition, he's highly efficient at knocking those down.
Mitch Young picks up the foul as he was pressuring Josh Wiltshire. So that's the 15th foul for Logan, and Wiltshire is going to go to line for a couple shots. Yeah. Coach Anderson going to go to the bench and reinsert Luke Schenscher for Luke Brennan.
Now we've seen Mitch struggle with foul trouble a couple of times this season. To give up a foul, that far down court in a no-gain situation, again, it's only his first, so no trouble yet, but the sort of one that really you just don't need to see.
Wiltshire is at the line for 2 shots. First one is good. First time seeing Townsville live, and they are a very talented team. You can see why they're at the top of the table.
Yeah, look, they're talented. They play well. They get through their stuff. They don't just settle for shots or even rely on the skill of their players. They do play well as a team.
Good play there by Wiltshire coming up with the steal. He's going to try and hold for 1 shot. There's about a 1 second differential, 1.5 seconds between the game and the shot clock. Wiltshire has it, and he's going to hold for the final one. Yep. We're going to come off of a Schenscher screen. He's going to step back, wide open for 3. Top of the key is short. Good rebound there by Carroll with 6 seconds to go. Cedar has it, puts the ball on the deck, looks inside for Young, who finishes strong with the one-handed jam. What a look there by Cedar, and what a finish by Mitch Young. Take a look and see if we can get that one on the replay for you here.
Yeah, an emphatic finish to the half, to the quarter.
You see Sean Carroll hand off for Cedar. Cedar gets his feet in the paint. One-handed pass to Young, who hammers it down with the one hand. What a finish there by Mitch Young to go into the quarter time up 7, 30-23. You're watching QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Coaches can exchange game footage with their entire league, all from one place. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Welcome back to the Cornubia Sports Complex. Look at this replay at the end of the first quarter. Mitch Young throwing down the hammer from Mick Cedar, bringing the Logan lead to 7, 30-23 at the quarter time break. Junk Warner here with Luke Peterson. And Luke, we'll take a quick look at the stats after the first quarter. Leading scorer for Logan was Mitch Young with those 8 points and 2 rebounds. Mick Cedar's got 7 points also. Logan shot 56% from the field, 40% from 3. They did not get to the free throw line once, though. But how about this? 10 assists on 13 shots.
Yeah, now that's impressive. Obviously, when you're shooting the ball as well as Logan were there, that's going to happen. But they were looking to move the ball. I got to admit, on that last one, with time for one shot and the ball in Cedar's hands, I didn't expect it to come out. But what a great pass to find Young cutting hard at the rim.
And leading the way for Townsville was Josh Wilcher with 9 points. Matty Reese has 7 points, and Schenscher with 4. Inside pass goes to, that's Jackson Todd. He finishes strong, and he's fouled. So great play to start the quarter for Townsville.
Yeah, and Townsville with a couple of their younger players out there at the moment, along with Schechner and PC there with them.
Yeah, good look inside, too, from Marshall Ware. Todd's free throw is good, so we're down. It's a 2-point lead now for Logan. And we see a bit of zone for Townsville here with the young fellas on the court. They just got to be careful they don't leave anyone open, because Logan can get hot from 3. Cedar's going to fire from deep, and that's good. Mick Cedar starting to heat up, folks. 31-26 the lead for Logan.
Look, I understand the appeal of a zone when you've got bigs like Schechner down there in the middle that you can pop in there, but Logan really haven't looked to do anything else but launch from the 3. They haven't gone inside much. It's just been a secondary thought. So the zone's really playing into their hands a little bit, opening up and just letting them move the ball.
Schenscher has it. It's got to flip up the hook shot. That's no good. Great rebound there by Mitch Young, and then he's fouled. That one's going to go on Marshall Ware. That's going to be his first personal. Townsville already has 2 team fouls to start the quarter.
Yeah, not the start they're looking for. As individuals, they're on the youngsters, probably not affecting them down the stretch too much.
Cedar wants some movement, looking for his point guard, Carroll. Carroll now hits Baldwin back out to Cedar off a Young screen, gets his feet in the paint, kicks it out. Taylor, corner 3 is good. Logan on fire from deep. They're up by 8. Schenscher gets it on the block, working against Baldwin here. Keeping it nice and high. Skip pass goes out of bounds. It's a bit too high even for Peter Crawford. Maybe he thought Cassie Smith was suiting up for the Flames.
Yeah, I don't know who was getting up for that one. That was... Smith's what, good 4 meters behind the sideline there.
Baker checks back in, so Logan's got Cedar, Baker, Baldwin, Carroll, and Taylor. Pass knocked out of bounds there by Ethan Betts. Townsville going to the bench. Reese going to check back in. They've got Crawford, Betts, Reese, Schenscher, and Howard.
Yeah, they really did need to get either Reese or Howard back in. They've never got them both out there, so that's a good sign.
Baker, top of the key, he'll fire for three. That's good as well. This zone is giving up too many threes. That's 3 3-pointers in a row for Logan.
Yeah. Coach Anderson there, sitting in that zone. Logan has shot 11 threes already. That's what they do.
Crawford answers with his own three, though, cutting the lead to 8. Cedar goes inside to Baldwin. They're going to call Ilwa Baldwin for the 3 seconds. He was camped out deep. We heard the Townsville bench calling how long. And they got the call.
Considering that only just got that ball into the front court and really fed it straight to him, that was certainly a more reactionary call to the Logan players around the ball calling how long. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Crawford working against Taylor. Gets a screen from Reese. He'll pull up. Wing 3 is up. That's a bit too strong. Good tip in there by Tom Howard.
What a great contest at the rim there for Howard to win that and tip it down.
Yeah, Howard has been in this competition for a while. Was a Townsville Crocs development player. So he's definitely got some talent. Baldwin catches inside. Can he finish? No, they're going to call him for the travel as he took one step too many.
It was a good feed that they made down there. Baker did a good job spotting him and flying it down.
Howard has it on the wing. Goes to Schenscher on the block. Hands off to Tom Howard. Baseline jump shot is strong. Sapakis with the rebound. He's going to bust out. Goes through a few defenders, leaves his feet, hits Baker, and Baker will bring things back out. Sapakis now, cross-court pass. Tommy Amar, wide open 3 attempt in front of his bench. Rolls in and out. Tipped around and recovered there by Tom Howard. Great bounce pass ahead for Betts, who can't finish. Baldwin comes up with it. That's a tough one there.
Yeah, that's what the Towns really needed.
Gets crosses over Crawford, but he can't finish. Now Crawford brings the ball up court. He's going to fire a deep one. That's short. Long rebound, saved by Tom Amar.
Oh, just getting it over to Spakis there.
Spakis going to settle things down. It's getting a little out of control here for both teams. Spakis working on the defense, leaves his feet, and he's fouled. Going to call that one on Peter Crawford. That's going to be Crawford's first personal. That's the second team foul by Townsville.
Yeah, and a silly reach there from Crawford. Like, he's leaving it a guy like Taylor, who we know can hit that shot. There's no help there if it does come back out to Taylor. You've got Schechner down there in behind. I don't think Spakis can make that shot over Schechner. He hasn't shown it yet tonight.
Well, no one has. Logan's doing most of the damage from 3. Tommy Amar has it, puts the ball on the deck, leaves his feet, hits Baker. Baker driving baseline on Howard. He's going to bring it back out. Simon Taylor's going to fire a 3. That's no good. Howard with the rebound. Pass up top for Schenscher. Schenscher going to flip one up. Swatted there by Ilwa Baldwin. Schenscher hits the deck. Now Taylor has it on the other end. Throws up the floater. That rattles home for Simon Taylor. Good defense, the offense transition there. And there's a timeout. Is there a timeout on the floor? No, we're going to get a sub.
Sub, and I think we're cleaning the floor down there from Howard's slide earlier.
Let's take a quick look at that block there by Ilwa Baldwin. We see Howard with a deep pass up ahead. Schenscher catches it high, very methodical in his move. Baldwin comes over though and swats it away. Nice block there by Ilwa Baldwin on their help. 41-31 the lead here. I missed the bucket, sorry guys. Schenscher elbow jump shot, that's strong. Amar fighting for the rebound with Tom Howard. Goes off the hands of Tommy Amar. So Townsville will have it down 10 with about 5:30 to go in the first half.
Well, Townsville seemed a little rattled after running with Logan early. They really just need to get a couple of settling plays in.
Schenscher catch and shoot off the inbounds is good. Young back on the court here for Logan. Carroll has it, looking to go inside to Baker. Picks up his dribble, tries to throw it off the Townsville player. Crawford recovers. He's on the left wing, going right at Justin Baker. Baseline reverse layup is good by Peter Crawford. The lead now 6.
Yeah, great drive by PC there, just straight by Baker. We've already seen a couple of guys catch Baker's feet a little slow tonight and get by him.
Cedar, they're going to let him fire for 3. You can't do that. You got to get a hand up. He's going to make you pay. He did there. The lead back to 9 now.
There's one player in this league who don't let get a shot. It'll have to be Michael Cedar.
Howard has it now. He'll put the ball on the deck, takes a few dribbles, kicks it out. Reese, top of the key. His jumper is way off. Tried to recover his own jump shot. That's no good.
Yeah, I think that one kind of slipped out of his hand a bit. It didn't look quite natural the way it came out.
Timeout taken on the floor, so we're going to take one as well. 4:40 to go in the first half. Logan up 9 on Townsville on QBL TV. Presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
Hi, my name is Jade and I play basketball for Queensland.
Well, some of the great things about the Aussie Hoops program would be the younger kids, developing their skills at lower ages.
The thing I love about playing basketball would be working as a team. I also love the energy and the atmosphere basketball has.
Favourite training session of the week would be my club training. It's more involved than just individual sessions.
If a kid approached me about playing basketball for the first time, I would definitely tell them about how much fun it is. Basketball's a game for everyone and it's also an all year round sport.
It doesn't matter what shape or size you are, give basketball a go.
Welcome back to Cornubia Sports Complex here in Logan. It's the Logan Thunder leading the Townsville Heat 44-35. Off the timeout from Coach Rod Anderson. What did he tell his team in the half there? Young with the reverse jam. Great look inside there by Daniel Sapakis, increasing the lead to 11 now.
Yeah, I don't think he was talking about losing sight of Mitch Young cutting through the lane.
Now Crawford gets it. He's going to step back, goes inside for Reese, out to Howard. Howard goes baseline, and he's fouled there by Tom Amar.
Townsville looked their best when they moved that ball around, swing it across the top, try and find the bigs in the high post, get the high-low action going. So I'm sure they, offensively, they were just talking about getting back to that. Yeah. We saw that 3 to Cedar not long before the timeout there as well, and so defensively it's going to be talking about not losing sight of the guys, making sure that we're contesting their outside shots. They're shooting a lot out there. We've got to get hands up and pressure those.
Wiltshire fires a wild one, then Amar loses the ball out of bounds. Got to give a shout out again to Big Joe Terzakian, watching from Las Vegas in the States. He's at the NBA Summer League. He's also watching with the president of the NBA Summer League, Warren Legary. Guys, thanks for tuning in all the way out in Vegas. As Schencher misses the layup attempt, that's no good. Cedar going to push it up court now for Logan. Cedar's pass is tipped. It goes out of bounds off the hands of Tom Howard. Might have even been his head, who knows?
There's a deflection off something there that sent it flying.
46-35 here. It seems to me, Logan inside pass to Young. His shot over Reese is no good. He's looking for the foul call. But to me, Townsville just hasn't seemed to be able to get into a rhythm offensively. They're playing fairly well defensively as Schencher gets wide open. Caught Mitch Young sleeping there.
Yeah, a couple of easy baskets there in the last few sets for Townsville, which is really just what they're going to be looking for. They've just got to find a way to maybe get the stop at this end to back it up.
Young goes right around Schencher. He's met at the rim and blocked by Reese.
Again, Mitch looking for the foul call there, but I think Reese got him pretty clean.
Schencher on the other end, he slams one home and cuts the lead now to 7.
That's a very loose definition of slam there, John. I think he kind of flicked that one in before he lost it.
I think that was a pretty good one. We'll give him credit for that one. Sapakis now in the corner. That 3 is short. Young gets the offensive rebound, flips up the hook shot, and that's good. Mitch Young seems to be taking this battle with Luke Schencher personally. He's having himself a game. He's got 12 points on the night.
They're playing well. Looking forward to seeing him come October suiting up for the local Brisbane Bullets.
Yeah, I've said it before, but talking to Mitch, it's always been his dream to play for the Bullets, and it's just amazing to see that he's going to have that opportunity. I'm really happy for him. because you don't see it quite often that you see a guy getting to play for their hometown team and fulfilling a lifelong dream.
That's it. You know, we've got Dwayne Wade coming back to Chicago, Mitch Young here playing for Brisbane.
Your guy, Derrick Rose, was, he was a hometown guy in Chicago too.
Instead, you've got Joe King going over to the New York Knicks, so
Yeah.
everyone's headed homeward. But it's so good to see Mitch here. You know, I've had a little bit to do with his family. Obviously, his younger brother, Zachy, sitting on the Logan bench. And all that time he was obviously away in St Mary's playing ball there. They didn't get to see him much, and so for him to come home after a couple of seasons up in North Queensland, it's going to be great for them all to be able to see him so much more regularly on the court.
Yeah, I can't wait till they put the season ticket packages out, because I definitely will be getting some season tickets.
Yeah, it's going to be a good year. That first game out there at the Entertainment Centre instead, looking for a bigger crowd. Should be a great launch to see the NBL back in Brisbane.
Reese blows the layup. Good defense there by Baker. 50-39 the lead. I missed those 2 free throws, didn't I? I gave them to the wrong team. Sorry about that. 50-39 the lead here for Logan. Baker has it now out to Cedar. Cedar dribbles to his left, crossing over on Wilcher. Sapakis can't handle the pass. That goes out of bounds. Turnover for Logan.
Well, Townsville lucky to get away with that one there with Sapakis turning the ball over, but a long three from Baker and no real hustle from the Townsville players allows Logan to get that second possession there. So they've really got to be locking down. They're down 11. You can't be giving up second shots when you force a miss like that.
Brendan McCulley and Luke Brennan check in for Townsville. Wilcher is going to fire a 3 that's short. Brennan tips it up. Baker comes up with it. He gets it off to the captain, Mick Cedar. Cedar going to step into a deep 3. That's up. That's good from Mick Cedar. He's on fire tonight. Mick Cedar's got 16 points to lead all scorers tonight.
That's
1:20 left now.
Mick Cedar had all the space he could want. That's just crazy that, again, you're down. Now you've got to be digging deep, locking in, trying to turn a run, and you let one of the best shooters in the league get a walk-in 3. He was deep, but that's not deep for Mick.
No, I mean, he hit one probably that was just as deep, if not deeper, a few possessions ago anyway. So Tommy Amar going to take a seat on the bench. He's checked out because he just picked up his 3rd personal. Sean Carroll checks in. Logan's got Sapakis, Carroll, Baker, Young, and Cedar. Inbound to Brennan. Brennan cross-court pass for McCulley. Now Wilcher. Peter Crawford, corner 3 is good. Crawford, if he starts to heat up, he could shoot you right back into this game if you're Townsville.
Yeah, so now at least Logan, they did have a hand up on that. But that's Peter Crawford's that kind of player that he can hit that. Just the game stopped for a few kids on the baseline throwing their bouncy balls and one ending up on the court.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times here in Logan. They want the kids along the baseline, which is all good, but you can't have another ball rolling onto the court.
Not even a basketball, some kind of little rubber ball.
Sapaka's going to fire a deep one. That's good as well. Logan just doing it from deep. They're up 14 now.
Now that's a bit of a heartbreaker because Crawford did get a good hand up and Sapakis is not Cedar and still able to come up with the same result.
Brennan has it on the block. Hands off for Peter Crawford. Back out to Luke Brennan. Now Howard has it, working on Mitch Young. Goes right at Young, flips it up, no good. Tipped out by McCulley. Now Brennan's going to fire a deep 2. That's strong. Baker comes down with it. Logan's going to be able to hold for the final shot of the first half. They're up by 14, 56-42.
That was a good defensive set from Logan there too. Sean Carroll did a really good job at bothering PC. He was denying him the ball, made it really tough, and that forced Townsville to have to go an alternate option. They really just settled for a jump shot in the end.
Cedar, step back 3, goes inside for Young. Reverse layup is good by Mitch Young to finish the half. Great job there by Young to recover off the Cedar pass. Let's take a quick look at that replay here, see if we have it for you. Oh, I missed it. Sorry, guys. So that's the end of the half. It's 58-42. Logan goes into the half up 16. What are your quick thoughts on the first half of action?
Well, I don't know if it's the fact that we are on that 3rd game in 3 days for Townsville, but they're just really looking a little lackluster, just not having enough energy. We were just talking before about Cedar just getting walk-up 3s without a hand up. I mean, we all know that's a no-go zone. They're the effort plays. We've seen 2 quarters end where it looks like Townsville stopped with with 3 seconds on the clock, but Logan played it out, and both times Mitch Young scoring at the rim to finish the quarter. Like, they just seem to be a little bit more switched on, wanting it a bit more. I've been impressed that Logan, although they're shooting the ball up from the perimeter, they're not just jacking it, they're moving it well, finding open shooters, still looking inside, finding guys like Mitch Young there. Townsville, they've hit some shots, but it's really just been PC doing what he does, hitting a shot even with a hand up. The ball's not been moving a lot since probably 5 minutes into this game, and with that, the margin spread.
Yeah, and I think defensively, Townsville definitely needs to step it up. Too many uncontested shots for my liking, and I'm sure Coach Anderson will address that at halftime.
Yeah, look, I mean, there's a risk. I'm not a big fan of zone defense, particularly against a good shooting team. And so, Townsville really in it until that point. I'm not saying that they got blown out in that time. What I'm saying is that defense has changed their mindset. They were right up and in and playing some tough D, and since then, they've sort of been off the boil a little bit. And that's a risk. When you go to a zone, you change the way you play your defense, the intensity's dropped off, and sometimes you can't just flick that switch and get it back on, even when you go back to the man.
Yeah, well, it is halftime, so we'll take a break. We'll come back in about looks like about 13 minutes or so. It's 58-42 at the half. Logan leading the Townsville Heat here on QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Coaches can exchange game footage with their entire league, all from one place. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win. In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Coaches can exchange game footage with their entire league, all from one place. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Hi, my name is Jade and I play basketball for Queensland.
Well, some of the great things about the Aussie Hoops program would be the younger kids, developing their skills at lower ages.
The thing I love about playing basketball would be working as a team. I also love the energy and the atmosphere basketball has.
Favourite training session of the week would be my club training. It's more involved than just individual sessions.
If a kid approached me about playing basketball for the first time, I would definitely tell them about how much fun it is. Basketball's a game for everyone, and it's also an all year round sport.
It doesn't matter what shape or size you are, give basketball a go.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Cornubia Sports Complex. John Guarna here with Luke Peterson at the half. It's 58-42. Logan absolutely dominating Townsville there in the first half. Let's take a quick look at some of the halftime stats.
Look, the clear one for me, it's a field goal percentage. It's Mixeter, 85% from the field.
Not bad.
You know, I would have thought after all that time playing in Townsville that team, if anyone knew, hey, Mixeter can shoot, maybe we need to get a hand up. 4 of 5 from 3. You know, he's got 16 points and leads all scorers quite comfortably with that. So a great half from Mick.
And then you look at the Townsville statistics. Leading the way is Peter Crawford. Luke Schenscher's got, actually it's Schenscher with 10.
Schenscher with 10 down the bottom, yeah. And he's had, you know, a lot of little sort of tip-ins or catch and shoots. Good little baseline play to sort of get him open there. And, you know, he can catch the ball, keep it up high where others can't get to and pop it in. So it's certainly something that Townsville want to continue doing in this half. You know, Crawford sort of just got himself going there for the 8 with getting him up. Wiltshire had that hot run where he scored 7 of his 9 in 3 straight possessions. So they'll be looking for more of that.
It's going to be important for Townsville to get off to a good start here. They don't want to let Logan come out of the gates firing on all cylinders. And Townsville really has to put some points on the board here. It's not out of hand yet, but it's still a 16-point lead. You know, you really don't want to get into the 20s at this point in the game.
16-point lead's a big hole. They need to really muscle up defensively, make Logan work a lot harder for their points than they've had to so far. Get some stops. You know, you get it to single digits within the first few minutes, then you know, you've got some good momentum to try and reel the rest of it in for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so Logan will have possession here to start the half. With Sepakis, Baker, Amar, Cedar. Baker is going to fire a wing 3 that rolls in and out. Schenscher tipped it out. Crawford came up with it. So we've got the starters on the floor for each team.
Yeah, now that was a better defensive possession already from Logan, from Townsville there. They're back in man, you know, switched out on those screens, didn't give Logan space and came up with the shot, and then PC banging the through there.
Yeah, nice double screen set for Crawford to get himself open. He had plenty of time to set his feet and fire, and he drained it, so it's 13 now. A bit more defensive pressure here also from Townsville.
The key is definitely at this end for Townsville. You know, they've got to be able to put stretches where they get 2 or 3 stops in a row together.
And here's another stop now. Cedar threw up the floater. Howard came down with the defensive rebound. Nearly loses it. Reese recovers.
So 2 good stops in a row to start the half for Townsville.
Crawford hands out to Reese. They work it around to Howard now. Howard looking inside. It's not there. Reese going to step out and fire a long 2. That's good. So quick 5 points here for Townsville. Cuts the lead to 11.
That's it. So if they can start off with 3 stops and get another bucket, then we're talking single digits, and that's just what they need to do.
Sepakis splits the D. Now Amar has it out to Baker. Fires top of the key 3. That's good. So Justin Baker with the answer.
Logan not rattled, you know, didn't get to one-out stuff. Moved the ball really well there. Amar kicking it up to Baker, and Baker knocking it down after missing last time.
Now Crawford out to Reese. Reese fires another long jump shot. That's no good. Tipped around, and Young comes down with it for Logan.
Reese can make those long jump shots.
Pass throw thrown out of bounds.
That's one less rebounder that they have inside as well when Reese is shooting the ball way out there. I think he's hurt himself there. He's come straight off.
Yeah, he's been favoring the knee a bit there early, and looks like he may have just jarred himself. Let's hope he's okay. He's a key component of this team. Checking in is Jackson Todd. Schenscher has it working on Young. Flips up the right-handed hook shot. No good. Fight for the rebound. Young comes up with it. Kicks ahead for Sepakis, who hands back now to Tom Amar. Amar is going to bring things back out. Jump shot from Tom Amar is contested. That's no good.
Yeah, I think Townsville will be pretty happy to see those shots coming from Logan there. Tom really just going a bit 2-1 out, and PC bangs another.
Crawford hits the 3. That's going to force Coach Derek Rucker to take a timeout, so we'll take one as well. 7:25 to go here in the third quarter. It's an 11-point lead for Logan on QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
Hi, my name is Jade and I play basketball for Queensland.
Well, some of the great things about the Aussie Hoops program would be the younger kids, developing their skills at lower ages.
The thing I love about playing basketball would be working as a team. I also love the energy and the atmosphere basketball has.
Favourite training session of the week would be my club training. It's more involved than just individual sessions.
If a kid approached me about playing basketball for the first time, I would definitely tell them about how much fun it is. Basketball's a game for everyone, and it's also an all year round sport.
It doesn't matter what shape or size you are, give basketball a go.
Welcome back here to Cornubia Sports Complex. John Guarna here from Nothing But Net Media. I'm joined by Luke Peterson. It is a 61-50 lead for Logan over Townsville. Good show there by Schenscher. He's got to recover though. Omar's open on the left side. His three rattles home. We were talking about it in the break. Townsville's got to do something to guard that three-point line a bit better.
Yeah, look, I mean, that time they actually played some good D, but Logan just did a good job moving the ball, and Tommy hit that shot. And I saw, Tom Howard drop his head a little bit. You can't worry about that. Teams are still going to hit shots, but if you can play your defense and get more stops than they're scoring, you can still dig your way out.
Great look inside there from Crawford to Schenscher. It's always nice having a 7-footer to throw it up to, isn't it?
That's it. He catches it 3 inches from the rim and just flicks it in. It's pretty easy offense when you can make it happen.
Cedar has it now at about half court for Logan, working on Crawford. Cross court for Sapakis. He steps into a three. That's good from Daniel Sapakis. Lead back now to 15 for Logan.
Yeah, it's just wobbling there. Townsville got to get beyond just trading buckets. Find a way to get those consecutive stops.
Schenscher has it on the block. Hands off for Crawford. Reverse layup, no good. Baker comes down with it for Logan. Now Cedar has it. Cross court again. Sapakis wide open for three. Can he go back to back? It's a bit strong. Young with the offensive rebound. He's fouled on the putback. Not really sure what they're complaining about. There was so much contact there. They could have called it on anyone from Townsville.
Yeah, I think that's really just where the wind was, that there was a few options you could choose, and I think the contact from PC was pretty light.
Crawford and Coach Rod Anderson complaining that they didn't think it should be 2 shots. But nonetheless, Young's at the free throw line. He misses the first.
Yeah, with that result, probably time to stop complaining and take it. If you can get away with 1 or nothing off it, it's not the end of the world.
Second one is up. That's good from Young. So 16 points the lead now for Logan, 68-52. Wiltshire hands off for Crawford. Crawford runs into the bit of trouble there. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to give it to Logan. It's going to say it went off of Crawford. Crawford just got a bit overzealous there. Ran into Jackson Todd trying to set a screen for him.
Yeah, they did a good little sort of double off the dribble handoff, which was efficient in that example.
Skip pass out to Tom Amar. Pump fakes. Picks up the dribble. Now back out to Cedar with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Cedar skips it out. Sapakis going to fire a wing three. That's up. That's good for Daniel Sapakis. Lead is now 19 for Logan.
Sapakis coming alive there in the last 2 or 3 minutes with three attempts and 2 of them dropping.
Amar alley-oop for Young. Somehow he finishes. I don't know how he got that one to go down. I'm not going to call it a dunk. I'll try and get it on the replay for you after.
Yeah, and I think Logan unlucky not to get the foul call on that one for Young as well. He really was undercut when he was up there.
And they do get the foul call on the other end as Josh Wiltshire gets called for the charge against Daniel Sapakis. Coach Anderson going to call for a timeout to try and rally the troops. Let's see if I've got this replay for you here. Let's have a quick look. There Sapakis reaches half court. Amar throws it up. Young finishes through the contact. He didn't really throw it down. We'll see if we could go again. No, I missed it. Sorry. Regardless, nonetheless, it was a very nice play there by Mitch Young, able to finish through the contact. Coach Rod Anderson takes the timeout. We'll keep it here, Luke. It's now 21 points here, and to me, Logan just has it going on.
Yeah, look, they're shooting well, they're running well. Townsville obviously made that good little run there, closed the margin from 16 down to 11, but just couldn't quite break the back, and it just sort of almost looked like that they dropped their heads a little bit. A couple of calls didn't go their way, had a tough closeout, and then the guy bangs the three on them in the face. You know, that's tough stuff. And so, you know, at least this time it's been Sepulchre's getting off, not Cedar, so someone probably a little less expected, who hadn't really done anything in the first half, so they've at least sort of changed the guys that they're leaving a bit more, which is better. But Sepulchre then took that opportunity, knocked them down, and has grown that lead for Logan.
And how much, you know, Townsville came into the weekend undefeated. They dropped their first game of the season last night. How much do you think that has to do with how they're responding today?
Look, it's hard to say. Obviously, just the third game factor is in there, and obviously they had to fight all night last night trying to still get that win that they ultimately fell short of. You know, we haven't seen how this team deals with that kind of adversity, being their first loss of the season, and they just get unfortunately no time to you know, go back, do some training, talk it through, watch tape, work out what went wrong. You know, and Townsville is a team still adjusting with not having Mirko Jeric now, not having Harry Froling, two players that obviously were a big impact in that winning streak. So some adjustments they're going to make.
Mitch Young with a huge dunk there off of a big Simon Taylor baseball pass. It's now 23 points to lead. Crawford trying to shoot Townsville back into it, misses. Taylor loses it though. Betts has it out to Howard. Howard's going to fire a wing three. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Long rebound, and Betts comes up with it for Townsville. Now Howard goes to the rack. A lot of contact there. He's fouled. It's a good foul there by Ilwa Baldwin. Tom Howard's going to go to the line for a couple shots. See if we could take a look at that Mitch Young throw down there. That was a nice dunk by Mitch. See Taylor busting out here. Young just beat the team up the court. Smokes one down.
What a great full court pass there from Simon Taylor and Mitch. Just a, you know, high energy finish there.
Nice job there by Mitch.
This game really teetering on the edge of just self-destruction from Townsville too. That play there for that Mitch Young throwdown had that feel of you know, the team just sort of falling apart. Now we've got a tech foul by the look of it here with no lineup. So yeah, things are getting interesting.
Yeah, I didn't see who the tech foul was called on. I know it was definitely a hard foul. I don't know, maybe they called it an intentional foul, possibly against Baker.
Well, we're seeing two shots and possession, not a tech, so I'm guessing so. That's a tough call. You know, I didn't think he swung wildly, got his head or anything crazy like that. That's
nope. Tech foul on Townsville.
Tech foul was in Townsville. There we go.
Frustration, obviously, for the Heat. Howard, I'm going to guess it was on Tom Howard because he got the warning earlier, and I could see him kind of chirping a bit with the referee still. Baker's going to fire a three. That's well off. Howard comes down with it for Townsville. Skips ahead now. Handoff to Schencher. Schencher finishes through the contact, and he's fouled.
Yeah, these next few minutes for Townsville, you know, are really all they've got. If they can weather the storm, come out and try and start pulling it back a little bit, then they're a chance. But look, if they let this game get the better of them mentally, then you know, we could see what we're all hoping for, a close game turn into a you know, a 30-plus point blowout.
Schencher misses. Now Crawford has it. Over to Jackson Todd. Skip pass to Tom Howard. He'll fire a three. That's good for Tom Howard. Technical looks to have fired Tom Howard up. The lead is cut to 17 now.
Yeah, Tom was looking pretty fired even before that tech, the way he drove to the rim on that play that led to the tech. So, you know, it's what Townsville need though at the moment, a little bit of fire.
Crawford looks like he may have hurt his knee there.
Or
Simon Taylor is fouled by Tom Howard. There was a lot of contact there. Let's hope Crawford's okay. I thought for sure they were going to call a foul there on Sepulchre for blocking Crawford because there was a bit of contact that Crawford kind of got caught up in that. Let's see if Crawford could walk it off. Seems like he's okay. He just wants to try and walk it off. He's going to take a seat on the bench. checking in for Townsville, Ethan Betts, Max Murray, and Luke Brennan. Sean Carroll going to check in for Logan. Daniel Sapaka is going to have a seat on the bench.
Definitely an interesting stretch of play there. Doesn't look like Crawford's getting any attention down the end, so hopefully that's a good sign that it is just a jar and it'll be okay. He certainly could have got that blocking foul that you mentioned before, I think.
Free throw for Simon Taylor is good. Second one is no good, though. 77-59 the lead here now for Logan. Howard's going to fire. Top of the key, three is off. Tipped around there by Townsville, but Logan comes up with it.
Still see that patience with Logan, settling things down.
No look pass there from Cedar to Young. Good foul by Luke Brennan. Going to send Mitch Young to the line for a couple free throw shots. That's Brennan's second personal, Townsville's fifth team foul of the quarter.
So that Crawford injury there has just left Townsville in an awkward spot too. They were trying to get Schechner out and still just leave PC as the old head in there to keep things settled. And unfortunately, we've had to have them both off the floor. And when we saw that happen in the first half, that's when the slide really began. So a lot of pressure on these young guys for Townsville to try and edge it back this time.
Young goes 1 of 2, so the lead is now 78-59. Betts, no look pass inside for a cutting Max Murray. Good bucket there for Townsville.
Betts doing a good job getting up into Carroll, just trying to change Logan's rhythm and momentum.
Cedar thinks about a three, then he does fire it and drains it right in the face of Tom Howard. What a pump fake there by Cedar.
Yeah, not much you can do there. You let Nick Cedar get going early with some easy ones. Doesn't matter what you do after that.
Brennan has it stripped by Young, recovers. Now Murray's going to fire a three. That's a bit strong. Good offensive rebound there by Howard, and he's fouled on his way back up.
Yeah, smart foul there from Logan, really just committed to it, cut in, gave up the foul, knowing it would be an easy two otherwise.
So Howard will go to the line for a couple shots here with this team down by 20, 81-61. First shot is good. And the second is good as well.
Townsville now starting to put a bit of extended pressure on, trying to force the mistake.
Taylor floats one up. Howard tips it. Goes off of the hands, though, of Mitch Young.
Interesting to see what Townsville can do with that full court pressure, where they try and tighten those screws a bit and force some mistakes. They certainly need to try something with only just over 12 minutes left in the game now, and that margin still at 18.
Howard now puts the ball on the deck, loses it on his way up. Nick Cedar breaking down the court. He's going to get up and put it down with one hand. Nick Cedar showing his hops, increasing the lead to 20, 83-63. Now Brennan gets it on the block. Good spin on the baseline. His shot blocked by Mitch Young. He recovers, though, and puts it back up and in. Good block there by Young. Good persistence, though, by Luke Brennan.
Logan really showing their class, though, here this afternoon. You know, it's not been any one player that's just killed it. You've got both Young and Cedar already with 20 points apiece. Baker and Sepekis with 11 apiece. So 4 players from the starting 5 in double digits. And then Tommy Amar chipping in with 6. Simon Taylor with 8. So a pretty balanced performance there. Involved in this, you know, substantial double-digit lead.
Not a bad look there by Tommy Howard, getting out in transition. Tried a Euro step around Baker. Baker fouled him, so Howard's going to go to the line for 2 shots with this team down 18. hits the first.
Townsville's depth probably showing a little there tonight as well. That that they've got a combined 6 points off their bench here tonight, which obviously isn't helping those starters much.
Howard goes 1 of 2. Got about a minute and 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Baker thinks about a 3. Smart play there, going to work a bit more clock. Cedar now with bets on him. Going to bring it back out and go against the young fella. Goes to his right, skip pass out to Carroll. Wide open, corner 3 is up for Sean Carroll, and it's good. Great look there by Mick Cedar. Carroll can put the ball in the hole.
That's it, he had about 1.5 seconds on the shot clock when he caught it, expiring as he makes the shot. It's a pretty, guilt-free, no conscience shot when you get to take that one. So when you're a shooter, that's as easy as they come.
Brennan going to get fouled again there. This time it's Justin Baker. That's Baker's 4th personal foul, so he'll take a seat on the bench, check out with 11 points. Another something on the court there.
It looks like a water bottle lid off one of the team's bottles there.
And a bit of water. Someone not too happy slammed the water bottle down.
Yeah, my guess just on who's sitting where, probably Tom Howard again.
Yeah, I'd say so. Need to get the boys out onto the court to dry things up. There is a timeout on the court. Let's take a look at that replay jam, though, from Mick Cedar, because that was a thunderous dunk. Cedar got the steal, took a few dribbles, leaves off his left and puts it down with the one hand. Mick Cedar doing it all here for Logan. We're going to take a break with the action stopped here. It's 86-66 on QBL TV, presented by Nothing But Net Media.
Hi, my name is Jade and I play basketball for Queensland.
Well, some of the great things about the Aussie Hoops program would be the younger kids, developing their skills at lower ages.
The thing I love about playing basketball would be working as a team. I also love the energy and the atmosphere basketball has.
Favourite training session of the week would be my club training. It's more involved than just individual sessions.
If a kid approached me about playing basketball for the first time, I would definitely tell them about how much fun it is. Basketball's a game for everyone, and it's also an all year round sport.
It doesn't matter what shape or size you are, give basketball a go.
Back here in the Cornubia Sports Complex as the Logan Thunder lead the Townsville Heat 86-66. Luke Brennan at the line for a couple shots for Townsville.
Makes that first one there. So we've got, 39 seconds left. So we'll probably get to see a possession or two for Logan out of this. Hope you got your highlight button ready for a Mitch Young finish to the quarter based on the last two.
Well, let's see if Young can do it again. Sapakis has it now. He's in the corner, skip pass over to Carroll. Now Omar on the wing, fires a 3. That's short. Good rebound there by Max Murray. Now McCulley has it, bringing it up court. Kicks it out for Betts. Betts going to hold for the final shot of the quarter here. Picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Murray. He's going to fire a long 2. That's good. And that's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. So a nice bucket there for Max Murray to end the quarter. But it's a 17-point lead here for Logan, 86-69. If we're going to take any positive out of it, they did cut the lead from 19 to 17.
Yeah,
they're still in it.
I mean, late bucket.
The game's not finished here, but it's going to be a long climb back for Townsville.
Look, I thought you were at least going to go with the fact that they were only down 16 at the half, so it was a fairly tight quarter for Townsville. Like it still went the wrong way, but 1 point's not too bad after what we saw in the second. So
we'll see what they can do heading into the fourth. It's 86-69 here in Logan as Townsville trails the Thunder on QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Back with you here at Cornubia Sports Complex. It is a 86-69 lead for Logan over the Townsville Heat. Luke, let's take a quick look at some of the stats.
Yeah, just looking through, I mean, a lot of the stats are fairly even. Rebounding, like there's a slight edge to Logan, 33-29. Turnovers, 10 to Logan, 8 to Townsville. So Townsville actually looking after the ball a little bit better. So the real difference, of course, is just in the field goal percentages. 56% for Logan, only 44% for Townsville. So Logan just getting too much space out there for their shooters, knocking down the open shots. Some of that I can attribute to Logan's good ball movement. They have been swinging it well, working side to side. A couple of skip passes where Townsville got caught on the closeout. But quite a few of those shots there, more so in the first half. Townsville just giving him too much space.
And looks like Coach Anderson's going to ride with his bench here to start the fourth quarter. See if how long that lasts.
Yeah, we're not sure on, obviously PC's condition. He hasn't played since he went out with that sore ankle.
McCauley jump shot goes out of bounds. So bit of a, I don't know if you call that a turnover, but nonetheless, not the start to the quarter that you'd want.
Yeah, hitting the rim first there, not a turnover because it was off a shot, but still not a score that they need.
Sepakis hits Baker now. Can bring it back out now. Cedar off of a Young screen, going to bring it back out. Leaves his feet, flips it out of bounds. So not a bad defensive set. Mick Cedar just got a little wild on that one.
Yeah, look, Townsville showing a bit of energy. They're sending 3 guys at Cedar, force the pass. I mean, if he'd hit Baker, then Baker's wide open, but going way over Baker's head there.
McCauley has it now for Townsville. Now Murray. Brennan has it. They're going to work the ball around the perimeter here. Brennan looking for someone, finds Murray. Murray going to fire a wing 3. That's a bit strong. Young fighting for the rebound. It's tipped out of bounds off the hands of Luke Brennan or Brendan McCauley, so Logan will have possession.
Yeah. PC about to check back in, so that's a good sign. Just looking at Townsville right now, without Crawford out there, without Schechner, without Howard, there really hasn't been a focal point. The guys are just sort of, oh, who's going to take this shot on that play? So PC will stabilise that a little bit.
Yeah, good defense here from Townsville. A bit of a too hard show for Jackson Todd, and he'll get called for the foul.
Yeah, look, a foul with that kind of energy when you're in this hole, it's not a bad thing to see. You know you've got to get after it. He's doing what he can to make it tough. You pick up a foul at this point, and so be it.
Yeah, Max Murray with some good minutes there for Townsville. He'll check back out for Peter Crawford. Baker has it now on the wing, driving baseline. He's cut off by Todd. Has to skip it out to Sepakis. Now Omar has it. Over to Young. Young going at Brennan. Tries to step through, loses it. Omar reverse layup is no good. That's a shot clock violation. So again, another good defensive set there for Townsville.
Yeah, look, they're playing with a lot more energy defensively. They really are hustling. Guys aren't getting beat. It's one of those things where, Coach Anderson's probably just going, where's this been all afternoon?
Brennan hits a deep jump shot, cutting the lead to 15 now. An offensive foul. Going to give that one to Daniel Sepakis. Mitch Young setting the moving screen. That's Young's third personal. Betts hands off for Crawford. Crawford dumps it in for Todd. Todd going right to the basket and lays it in. Lead now 13, and Townsville starting off on the right foot.
Yeah, showing good energy, making good things happen.
Kind of picking up a bit of a pressure defense. Cedar left open for 3. He's doubled. Hits it out now to Sepakis. Over to Omar. Corner 3 is up for Tommy Omar. That's strong. Brennan boxing out Mitch Young, and they're going to get Mitch Young for the defensive foul again. I know they're going to give it to Luke Brennan, holding on to Mitch Young.
Lucky there.
Yeah, I thought for sure that was going to go on Young, getting over the top. Mar inbounds for Cedar. Baseline jump shot is good for Mick Cedar.
Yeah, when we're sitting here, the two guys tossing for a rebound and we can't work out who they're calling it on, it's probably a good reason that they should swallow the whistle and not blow it at all. Just let these guys play when it's something like that.
Yep, if it's close, I say let them play. Crawford loses it on the way up. Todd recovers. He's on the block going against Baker. Spins, no look pass to McCulley. They're going to call McCulley. Going to get called. They're going to give that one to Sapakis, actually. Sapakis is going to get called for the foul, and Brendan McCulley going to go to the line for a couple shots.
Now margin's still sitting at 15, so if McCulley can knock these both down, getting it to 13. So the challenge, can they keep building on that? They got back to 11 in the third, and that was as close as they could get.
Well, let's see. They're down 14 now. Come out with some good energy here, but the clock is really not in their favor. Hits them both, so it's a 13-point lead.
No, right now they're playing with house money because they're still so far out of it. Once it gets a bit tighter, that gets a bit tougher then.
Cedar, though, he's the one-man answer. He's got another three-pointer, increasing the lead to 16.
So this is what happened last time. That Townsville started making a run. Logan came out, hit a couple of shots, and then Townsville's energy dropped back off.
Todd, good catch and recovery there with the finish. He couldn't control the initial pass, but he recovered well.
So can Townsville keep their intensity up? That's better. Not be so worried about the fact that, yeah, McCedar's going to make a bucket or two.
Betts has it, hands off for Todd, going right to the bucket, a bit too strong. He wanted the foul, he didn't get it.
Look, that ref is down there on that trail. I don't think she's blowing a whistle all night, so I don't know what he's looking there for.
Tipped away by Crawford. Now Sapakis has it. About 10 seconds to go on the shot clock here. Sapakis gets a Baker screen. Jackson Todd gets called for the reach-in. Don't know what he was upset about. That's definitely a foul.
Yeah, that was an easy call.
And then Rod Anderson.
Yeah, that's good refereeing though. Maybe coming down, having a word to him, settling it down. Doesn't need to throw a tee to do it. He's an experienced and cool enough ref that he can just talk to a guy, and not tee him up.
Bit of sloppy play from both teams at the moment. It's kind of getting a bit messy. Coach Anderson trying to do anything he can really to fire up the team. They're definitely showing good energy. They do have to kind of make it a bit sloppy here if they want to try and force some turnovers though and try and get a couple quick buckets.
Yeah, look, they probably need to extend the pressure a bit more, try and get some stuff going in the full court. Look, yeah, you're running the risk that they might come and score an easy basket. Well, so what if you're going to lose this game anyway? You've got to get after it and try and win it.
Baker tips it. He's got to get a shot off with 3 seconds on the shot clock. That one rolls in and out. Todd with the defensive rebound. Now Betts out to Todd. McCulley has it. We're going to run a horn set here. Top of the key for Reese. Now Betts. They get on the block to Todd. He spins baseline. Are they calling a foul there on Justin Baker? If they do, that's going to be his 5th personal. It is going to go on Justin Baker, and that's his 5th, so he's done for the day.
Coach Anderson yelling, trying to say that that was in the act of shooting. That would have been some very generous continuation, I think.
Inbounds now to Reese. Top of the key for Todd. Brings it back out. Crawford uses a pump fake, fakes the pass, throws up a wild one, and he gets it to roll. Right over Ilua Baldwin. It's a 12-point lead. Sapakis has it. Goes over to Young. Young wasn't really expecting that pass. Hands it back now to Sapakis with 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. Carroll is going to fire a wing 3 that's off the front of the rim. Baldwin hustling against Todd. He saves it. A lot of contact. The Townsville bench wanted a push by Ilua Baldwin. They didn't get one.
Nah, look, I think Townsville are obviously just drawing at strings now, trying to get anything to go in their way.
And Sapakis has to fire one up from deep with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Betts kicks it out to McCulley. He'll fire a 3. That's way off. That's an air ball, and Carroll recovers. Now Cedar has it. Little in and out dribble, leaves his feet, dumps it inside for Baldwin, who finishes and the foul. They're not going to give him the bucket. They're going to say the foul was before the basket. Foul called on Brendan McCulley. Coach Anderson going to go back to the bench now with 4:40 to go. Josh Wilcher and Luke Schencher going to check in for Jackson Todd and Brendan McCulley. Has he left it too late, though, to reinsert these guys with 4:40?
I'm just doing the math on that. I'm thinking, you know, okay, they have cut it to 12. It's, you know, it's within reach still, but, you know, and is Schechner, you know, going to be much value to you in a stretch longer than that at the end of a 3-game stretch? Maybe not. So
shots missed. The ball gets knocked out of bounds off the hands of Mitch Young. So the referee is going to the bench to try and clear something up here with the clock. But you got to think, if you're in Serge Schencher, you get a couple of baskets. He is a defensive presence. You still can't, you can't expect to just junk it up and not need some rim protection back there.
Oh, absolutely not. But you're looking at the fact that they did still take that margin from 19 to 12. It's not like they weren't getting it done. So while that ball's rolling, you just roll with it. Those young guys were probably being a little more active than Schechner's capable at this stage of his career to be. They were getting out and you know, forcing deflections and turnovers. So I don't mind him run with it. I probably would have bought you know, my point guard here, Wilcher back in just a little bit sooner, just to give that steadiness that he's provided. I mean, automatically there we just saw the space that Wilcher can create for guys like Crawford that the younger guys didn't quite manage. But look, we'll see.
Wilcher fires a three. That's no good. Young with the rebound. So it was a good look there for Josh Wilcher. Just couldn't capitalize. You're going to have to trap and press here. Is Townsville. Taylor leaves his feet, blocked by Reese. He recovers. Now Young has it with 10 on the shot clock. Out to Sean Carroll. Carroll going left. Leaves his feet. Crosses over to Baldwin. Now Cedar to beat the clock. It's good from Mick Cedar with the buzzer beater. 94-79, increasing the lead to 15. That's a huge bucket there for Mick Cedar.
Just huge. You know, poor Townsville did a really good job defensively there. Get back into it and, you know, pushing to try and get this game to single digits, and Mick does that.
Then the baseball pass up ahead for Taylor is too strong. So Schencher got his own rebound, put it back in. 94-81 the lead. 13 points the difference between Townsville and Logan here with 3:20 to go in the game.
Yeah. Look, we've definitely seen Townsville keep their heads a little bit more when Logan have hit those big shots here in this second half. You know, they haven't deflated. They've gone back down. We've seen 2 buckets in a row from Townsville and a turnover in between.
That's a tough bucket there for Reese.
Yeah, speaking of keeping heads, we haven't seen Howard come back since he left. So, you know, who was certainly starting to lose his head a little bit.
Going to call Reese on the foul there. There was a lot of contact on Simon Taylor as he left his feet. It's the 15th foul for Townsville, so Taylor's going to go to line for a couple shots.
Look, well, you're down here 11, 3 to go. You know, having that yourself in the bonus could actually be handy, that you're not going to have to struggle for it. But it is going to make it hard to put that trapping pressure on.
Shout out to Chris Athanasopoulos from Basketball Expressions TV. He's here recording the game.
Yeah, providing great coverage, you know, for everyone around the state with different highlights and stats and stuff, which is always good to see fans of the game getting out there and supporting our QBL league.
Taylor goes 1 of 2, so it's 95-83 now the lead. Wilcher going right to the bucket. That's no good. Young can't get the rebound. He hands it over to Schencher, who finishes strong. It's a 10-point lead. It just won't go away, will Townsville?
No, they're still fighting hard.
There's a bit of a trap there. Carroll breaks the press himself, going against Wilcher. Now Taylor has it, top of the key for Baldwin. Over to Cedar against the Betts. Cedar dribbles right, leaves his feet. Floater is up, no good. Fighting for the rebound, and Wilcher comes up with it for Townsville. He crosses over, gets his feet in the paint, throws it up for Reese. Reese kicks it out now. Betts going to fire a top of the key 3. That's good. And the lead is cut to 7, and Coach Derek Rucker is forced to call a timeout with 2:12 to go. Townsville has made this one a game. They fought all the way back down to 7, Luke.
Fantastic job there from Townsville. We've seen the energy up. Look, Mick comes down, hits a big 3, takes it back to 15, they keep composure, come down, bucket, turnover, bucket. You know, they've just been grinding it out there, forcing Cedar into a tough shot. Wiltshire has come on, pushed the pace for the last couple of possessions, gets deep penetration. That's led to a couple of buckets at the rim for Schechner, and then the big three there for Betts.
And they come back behind the combined play. It's not really one player stepping up, it's the entire team. They're doing it defensively, picking up full court, trapping at half court, trapping in their own defensive half of the court as well. So kind of mixing up the defensive looks. I really like what they've done to get back into this game. 2:12 to go, though. Can they maintain this momentum over the course of 2 more minutes?
Yeah, look, catching up is one thing. Taking the lead, you know, closing that final gap is another. You know, like teams, they get a little bit lax. They you know, get sloppy. Things can happen. When you get tight, then things can go one or two ways. Obviously, they could lose it with the pressure there. But, you know, this is where Coach Rocker's called that timeout, settle things down. They come out, hit 1 or 2 big shots. They're just daggers. You know, that can kill Townsville. It's when you're tight, you can weather those daggers, answer. You're not trying to make up a big margin.
And here comes the full court from Townsville. Simon Taylor breaks it fairly easy. Dribbles off his foot, though. Reese rips it away and gets it over to Schechner. So turnover for Logan. Can Townsville capitalize? Wiltshire has it now on the wing. Top of the key for Reese. Now over to Crawford on the wing. Gets a screen from Reese. Breaks up his dribble. Now back to Reese. Reese going against Baldwin. Leaves his feet. They swing it around to Wiltshire with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Steps into a long 2. Bit of contact. No call. And Baldwin comes up with it.
Yeah, good set there from Logan. Obviously needed to hold after turning it over. A bucket there really does make things tense and tight for them.
Oh, they really needed that bucket. Logan now, Sapakis runs right into Reese. A lot of contact there.
Yeah, Reese moved forward probably half an inch. Sapakis did the rest, but Reese, he still moved forward, and so the refs called the block.
It's definitely a foul there. And Sapakis is going to go to the line for a couple big free throws here. It's a 7-point lead with 1:27 to go. That miss, though, for Townsville on this end, that was big.
Yeah, they did need a bucket there. And Logan did a great job. You know, I thought PC coming off that handoff could have been dangerous, but Logan switched out, showed hard, forced him to give it back up. Well played. And then Sapakis making the first there, so keeping that margin. And he does miss the second, so it's still 8. Townsville can come down and get 3, then, you know, we're talking a 5-point game still.
Crawford trying to get free here. He's got Young isolated on him. Goes to his left, goes to the rim. Blocked by Baldwin. Follow, though, by Reese. Great block there by Baldwin, but Reese stays with it.
So 6 points, closest we've been since, you know, in the first quarter.
Parker's going to bring things back out with about a minute now to go in the game. Townsville needs a stop here. They're down 6. Parker's working, goes around the defense, brings it back out. 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. Crawford going for the steal. So Parker's fires a 3. That's strong. Taylor, though, sneaks in for the offensive rebound. Out to Cedar, who fires a 3. That's short. Schechner comes up with the rebound.
All right, I thought Sapakis did a great job there, running the clock, knowing that it's their friend. I don't get why Cedar on that second look fired that up with 20 seconds still on the shot clock.
Crawford misses the 3. Sapakis gets it up ahead now, and they're going to work some clock here. They're going to bring it down to single seconds.
At what point are Townsville going to foul here? I mean, seriously, guys, this is your chance. You need
Neely turned it over. They might be looking for a turnover. Simon Taylor goes to the rack, kicks it out. Mitch Young going to fire a wing 3. It's up and good. Mitch Young with the 3 pretty much seals the game for the Logan Thunder. You wouldn't expect to see it from Mitch Young, but there's about 14 seconds left in the clock. Coach Rod Anderson's going to have to take a timeout, so we'll take one as well. We'll come up with the exciting finish here on QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Back here at Cornubia Sports Complex. Just under 15 seconds to go. It's a 9-point game. Townsville trails Logan 99-90. What do you do here for Townsville? Do you need the 3 and then a quick foul, or do you go 2?
You're down 9, you're pushing in the transition shot. I'd assume Logan are going to be out there and pressuring on that 3 ball. So if you're just going to take the first shot you can get, because you've got to get that thing up in probably less than about 2 or 3 seconds. You know, for everyone at home, we're having a debate in the timeout there about whether Townsville should have fouled. You know, myself am saying that, you know, you just wasted 15 seconds and time's your most valuable resource right now. They're playing against it. Johnny was hoping they could force the turnover and do it clean.
Crawford
Either way, it looks like Logan's going to run away with this from here.
Crawford misses the 3. Young gets the rebound, then he's fouled. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up here with about just under 6 seconds to go in the game. Mitch Young going to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, 2 shots, Mitch Young here. If he makes them, great. They're up 11. If he misses, great. You're up 9. There's 5 seconds. It's really not a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, I think Townsville, unfortunately for them, just dug themselves too deep of a hole. They had a great comeback here in the 4th quarter, but just couldn't complete the full comeback. And I think, you know, coming into the weekend undefeated, you go back home with 2 losses. Now Logan cuts the lead at the top of the ladder to 1 game in the loss column. Logan is 9-3. Townsville now will be 10-2.
That's it. And so if Townsville do drop another one, you know, they're tied there. Obviously, Logan's going to have the split from this game here. So that's all they need in that battle. I haven't had a good look at their runs home, but we know that they've each got some pool games. So we're all waiting for that Brisbane-Logan one at the end of the year. We know that's going to be big, even if it's just within the pool. But Townsville are going to have some games against their own pool. That's Rockhampton, it's Gladstone in the next 2 weeks. You know, I think they do play Cairns again, perhaps. So there's some tough games for them as well.
Yeah, we'll take a quick look at the final stats here. Leading the way for Logan, Mick Cedar with another double-double, 30 points, 11 assists, and 3 rebounds. Mitch Young, double-double as well, 23 points and 15 rebounds. Sapakis had 12. Baker finished with 11. Logan shot 51% from the field, 48% from 3, only 60% from the free throw line. They had 20 points in the paint. And let's have a look at the rebound numbers. They out-rebounded Townsville 45-40.
Yeah, look, Logan, obviously, as you read through the numbers, they're efficient across the ball with their scorers. It wasn't any one guy. Obviously, Mick Cedar doing a great job there. Mitch Young, 24, you missed that last free throw, and you know how these players get upset if you rob them from stats, so I'll throw that back in for him. You know, Baker obviously fouling out there, but still with 11 points. You know, it's just a good spread from Logan, and really are showing why they are where they are on the ladder, right up there near the top. And look, it'd be very exciting to see if they could finish in the top. As a South resident here, I certainly like the idea of maybe having some finals down south for a change. I don't get to travel up north and see them too often, so wouldn't mind if Logan could pull that out and play at home.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Townsville, though, still in the driver's seat at the final score. You know, they're still at first place at 10-2. For Townsville, leading the way for Townsville was Luke Schenscher. He finished with 18 points, had 5 rebounds. Crawford finished with 16. Reese had 13. Howard 12. Wiltshire had 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. And they got some good minutes from the bench. 43% from the field for Townsville. Only 31% from 3. They turned the ball over only 8 times. They looked after the pill. 20 assists on their 35 buckets. So pretty good job there for Townsville. But it was always going to be a tough game for them, finishing off against Logan on their 3rd game of a 3-game set.
Yeah, and so then you're going to start weighing up there with, we talked about the hole that they dug, how long could guys go, game 3. Schechner, their top scorer, played 26 minutes. Did he have more in him? Did he sit in too long? You know, we saw him come back there, dropped another, 2 or 3 buckets in that little comeback run. You know, maybe he should have come back a little bit sooner. It's hard to say because how much did he have in the tank after 3 games? You know, that's the dilemma that these 3-game road trips put coaches in. You want to keep your best players rested. You want them to have something left in the tank when, when the game comes down to the line. But on the other hand, when you've got a hole, you've got to try and fight out of it. You need your best players on the court as well.
And we'll see if I'll see if I can pull up the schedule for next week. Townsville is going to travel to Gladstone to take on the Power. So that's not an easy game for them either. And then they also will go to Rockhampton as well. So another tough doubleheader for the Townsville Heat. And then you look at Logan. Logan is back home next weekend. They're going to host the Sunshine Coast Phoenix Clippers. So, could it be that Townsville splits it next weekend and Logan wins their one game? Then we have a tie at the top. Who knows? But it's going to be an exciting finish to this QBL season. But that's going to wrap things up for us here on QBL TV. Luke Peterson, I got to thank you for joining me on the call. Thanks again. It's always a pleasure to have you in the booth. I also got to thank Chris Sieber. I want to thank everyone for tuning in live as well. Thanks everyone for watching on QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.